The next part of the process in guardianship is completing the forms that the court will sign. These forms are the acceptance of appointment, the order appointing you as guardian or conservator, and the letters of guardianship or conservatorship. We're going to look first at Form GAC 1-U, which is the acceptance letter. This letter begins with the caption, as with all other documents. The only difference in this document is that you're going to note whether you're a professional individual, meaning paid guardian, an individual, or a corporation. For most of us completing this form, we'll mark the individual box as a family member. The next area of the document is for individuals, and it talks about after you receive the letters, which is kind of your proof of guardianship, you, meaning the guardian, I, Jane Doe, the appointed, then you check guardian or conservator, and this is the person that needs the guardianship's name. And then you're verifying that you understand the roles and responsibilities of the role of guardianship or conservator, and that you then check whether you've watched the video, and then you put your initials there. Now we'll provide a link for you for the video. This is not the tree training that we mentioned earlier, but a different video that discusses the roles and responsibilities of guardian conservatorship. Then you are going to date, sign, and note your demographic information as noted below. The next section of this document is for corporations, and you do not need to complete that. Simply note that you're not a corporation by putting NA, and then you have completed Form GAC 1-U. The next form that we're going to complete is Form GAC 8-U. You'll complete the caption as in all other documents, and then you will go to note in the first box is the date of court. You don't know that, and the court will complete that information when you are bringing this document into court. In the box, you're going to note if you're asking for to be appointed as guardian or conservator. And then in the next area, if you are not the attorney, you are going to cross that area out. So the petitioner appeared personally, and then you can cross the next area out. The respondent appeared personally with the respondent's attorney, and then you can actually cross that portion out as well unless you're bringing an attorney. And the reason most people aren't completing these forms is that they aren't needing to have an attorney. So then what the court is going to do is find the facts of the matter. And what they're doing in this section is verifying the information that you put in the guardianship petition and saying that this is fact. So in the findings area of incapacity in guardianship, you are simply going to rewrite the information from your petition, GAC 5-U, in section 4A in this area. In the next area, you are going to rewrite the information from section 4B of the petition. In the areas of conservatorship, if you are asking for conservatorship, this will be information from 4C of the petition. Again, just copying that information. In section 2 of page 2, you will copy the information from 4C from the guardianship petition. In the next area that starts no appropriate alternative to conservatorship, you're going to copy the information from 6C and insert it in this section. In number 3, You will check the first box if you are requesting all powers as guardian. Second box if you are requesting all powers as conservatorship. You will add the information of Section 5 if you're requesting all powers as guardian, and if you're requesting all powers as conservator, place the wording from Section 7. In the next area, you're going to check the powers that you requested on the petition, and this should match the petition. In Section 4, you are going to complete this area just as you had on the petition. In Section 5, you're going to check the correct box if a person needs a guardian or a conservator. And also the same as on the petition regarding the right to vote. Before Section 7, if you have asked for the background check to be waived and put that wording into the petition, you will copy that wording and place it here above Section 7. In Section 7, you will note the first box A or the second box B in relationship to whether the guardian or the conservator is the most appropriately qualified person to fulfill that role. The next area are the conclusions of law. Check the appropriate box, guardianship or conservatorship, and then note the person's name following the checkbox. The next section is the court order. It is ordered that, and you're going to put the names of the guardian or conservator in this box. It is ordered that Jane or John Doe, who may act independently of each other, is hereby appointed guardian of, and then you'll note the person's name as you have at the top of the caption. In Section 2, you're going to add the name of the people that you're nominating as guardian. The letters of the guardianship shall issue to Jane Doe, John Doe, upon filing of an acceptance and appointment, and the letters should reflect that the guardian is appointed by the court. The next section you would fill out the same way if you're requesting conservatorship. Section 3, again, is the same information. Now the court's ordering what you have asked for. And so you will put the powers exactly as you have in previous places on the document. And then the same for conservatorship powers if you've chosen to do that. If the person is under 30 years of age, the guardianship is now by law limited in duration, and so you should check this. And then the guardianship is only going to last for 72 months, and then you re-establish guardianship after that point. In number 6, you're going to note if there's an issue with employment, and Section 7 is just a statement regarding court attorneys, and if there's an attorney appointed, that person is discharged after the guardianship court. Section 8 notes the person's right to vote. Before the last sentence, you're going to again add the waiver of the background study statement if you have done that. The judge then will, or referee will sign this document and date it as a matter of the court process.
The final document that we will complete is Form GAC 4-U, Letters of Guardianship or Conservatorship. This is the document that verifies that you do have guardianship or conservatorship. It's also the document that you present to others to note the powers that you have and to share the change in legal status. Complete the caption as you have with all other documents. In the guardianship area, in the first blank, note the people that are guardians in the same manner that you've noted in all other documents. In the second blank, put the name of the person who is needing guardianship. Check the box noting how you are being appointed. Since you're going to court, you would typically put the first box as the court is appointing you as guardian. Then note the powers as you've requested on all other documents. One suggestion is that if you are presenting the letters to show powers to others, you may want to copy the page of the petition or orders that describe the powers that you have. For example, if you have power number 3, many providers may not know what that power is without that guide. In the final box, you will check that box if the person you're requesting guardianship for is under 30. The current rule for people under 30 is that the guardianships are limited to 72 months. You'll do the same process if you are requesting conservatorship. And then you will print this document single-sided as with all other court documents for the judge or the court referee to sign in court. This is the last of your court packet. You now have the petition, your supporting court documents such as assessments, a physician's letter if you wish, and the documents for the court to sign. These are the acceptance of appointments, the orders, and the letters. You are now ready to take your information to court to request guardianship. This concludes Section 3, providing documents to the court for signatures.